Hi guys, it's Dres. So today I'm gonna do a get ready with me. It's not like the best time in the world right now, and I just want to get ready and talk to you. I did post on a bunch of different social medias, like my Instagram, on Facebook, and just on my community tab, if you guys had any questions. So this is going to be kind of like a Q&A, but there's also a lot of stuff that's just on my mind. So the last time, by the way, okay, two things I'll just get out of the way. The earrings are from Wish, because I know people are going to ask. And all the stuff I'm going to put on my face, I'm not necessarily going to talk about it as I go, because I'll probably be chatting, but I will put everything down in the description bar. So if you're wondering what I used, it will be down there, absolutely everything. And I feel like going really full glam glitter today, just to kind of make myself feel better. So yeah, we're gonna do full glam today, even though I have absolutely nowhere to go. I'm filming on Sunday. The last time I did a get ready with me, it was kind of right at the beginning of the height of this coronavirus stuff, and it has just been getting more and more. As you know, every day, I was saying to somebody last week, every day is not a new chapter, every day is a brand new book. Like, I'm filming this on Sunday. I assume that I'll probably have it up within a day or two. And who knows, the stuff that I say in this video today, it might be completely different by the time it even goes up. Like, don't you guys feel that that's how this has been going? It's just absolute insanity. I never in my life did I ever think that I would see something like this happen. I have no idea at the moment, at this very moment, what's going to happen with my work. It is kind of right up in the air at this very moment, but a decision will be made by tomorrow. I can't really get into the details, other than to say I might or might not be laid off. So I'll know by tomorrow. So that's one thing that will be different by the time this video goes up. I'll know for sure. Yeah, it's been really rough. I know a lot of you are out of work. It's really difficult. Let's just be in this together, and if you are struggling, I know a lot of places now, because the only way that companies are making any revenue is online, a lot of them are doing these crazy sales, and so it is very tempting. So at the beginning of this, like even last week, I was buying a few things that I probably wouldn't have normally, but I am definitely putting that on hold. I don't want to be spending any money at all unless it's absolutely necessary right now, and I know a lot of you are in the same boat. If you are one of the ones who are lucky enough to be able to still spend, take advantage of those sales, because they are really, really good. You know, shopping is a release for a lot of people, but for those of us who are trying to like not have it be a release, let's just you know, message me if you're like, Treya, I really want to buy this thing. Send me a message on Instagram and I'll be like, no, here's why you don't need it. I promise I will do that. Okay, one thing that I have been doing, if you're following me on Instagram, and I started this, today's day 8, so it's a 12 days of time, which is just kind of a name I gave it, meaning that even when I was working last week and the week before, we were on very limited hours because our store was closed. So we were just doing things behind the scenes. So we weren't working full 8-hour days. So I had lots of extra time. And one thing I decided to do was do yoga every day, because yoga is one of those things that I always say, like, I don't have time for yoga. I don't have time. Well, guess what? I and a lot of you have a lot of extra time right now. So I kind of coined it as 12 days of time. It doesn't have to be yoga for you if it's something else that you, like your hobby or whatever, and you're like, geez, I have time now to do this thing. Why don't you do it? And do it for 12 days. The reason I picked 12 days was just because I thought in my mind that was about how long it was going to take till this would kind of be over. No, that was ridiculous. Well, it wasn't ridiculous. It was hopeful. And at this point, who knows? It could be another month or 2 months or 3 months. Like, we just don't know, right? Like, it could be 2 weeks. It could be 3 months. There's no way of knowing. By the way, what do you think of the middle part? I parted my hair in the middle one day last week, and I was like, I don't hate it. So let me know what you think of it, because it's a little bit different for me. Anyways, so I have been doing the yoga every day for now 8 days, and kind of my thought process is that I want to make it a habit. I think what people actually say is if you do something for a month, then it becomes a habit and then you don't give it up, right? So I'm just hoping that I will continue to do that and to keep it as part of my, oh my gosh, I just opened this contour stick and the stick has actually broken off and came right out. Yikes. Okay, it'll be fine if I put that back in like that for now. Anyways, I have been really enjoying it. I've been kind of playing around with it in the sense that, you know, one day I will do something a little bit more difficult. The next day I'll do like a more meditation and just kind of calming thing. I've been trying to do it at different times of the day to see what I like better, whether it's like, the first time I did morning, like as soon as I woke up, was yesterday. Actually, to tell you the honest to God truth, I stayed in bed for an hour and a half on my phone, then got up and did yoga. But anyways, so I've just been playing around with times and types, and I have been really enjoying it. I can feel it in my body. My body feels different. Like I feel like different. I can feel my body in different ways. Like today, I can feel this soreness in my side abs, which I have not felt in years, which is kind of a fun sensation. But you know, I've just been feeling, I'm generally, actually, fun fact about me, a very flexible person. Like I can easily touch the floor with, you know, like front fold, touch the floor with my full on palms. Like I'm really flexible. But this is even helping me, I think, be even more flexible. And it's definitely helping me feel better and kind of just like relax and not be so stressed. Although I will say that last night, I've been sleeping pretty well because I've been going to sleep earlier and just kind of making sure that I'm not staying up all night. But I had so many like stress dreams last night. Doesn't even matter what they were about. You guys don't care, but like just like stress. And it's kind of, you know, so many things happening, so many things weighing on my mind. I'm sure you all are in the same boat. So that's kind of where I am right now. Like I'm trying to do good things for myself, but I'm also very stressed out. Okay, let's get to some questions. Callie says, she has 2 questions. What inspires you when you do a more colorful look? I really struggle when it comes to figuring out what to do despite loving bright colors so much. I don't know. That's actually a tough question. I would go ask Alex and like Mariella and Lady Katie, like all these people who easily do bright colors. I would go around asking everybody because I'm sure different people have different answers. I get inspired by like my palettes. So I'll look at my collection and I'll go, what haven't I used? Or even with singles. And part of it is doing the Shop My Stash side chick where I pull things that I want to use one time and I'll lay it out the night before and I'll go, okay, I want to use this palette, I want to use this blush, I want to use this highlighter, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes I also have a lot of singles in there, so I'll kind of like pre-plan it and just go, oh, this would look cool with this. So maybe just pulling out all your colorful stuff and just like letting yourself be inspired by looking at it. Also, a really good thing to do is just to do palette bingos. Like honestly, sometimes you just don't know how to get inspired by something, so you have to let fate guide it for you. And I think doing palette bingos or palette gauntlets, if you don't know what a palette gauntlet is, I did one very recently on my channel. You could just go back and find it. But yeah, letting randomizers pick your makeup can inspire you to do something that you would never ever normally do. But if you're asking just how I figure out how to do it, I just look at my makeup and pull stuff out. Honestly, I don't really think about it. It's all instinctual, and I know that's not a good answer, and I'm really sorry, but I just don't really think about it. Her second question was, will you ever film my dogs pick my makeup video? And she's from Greece. Hello, Callie from Greece. Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe I will if I end up having a lot more time in the next month or who knows how long. I will definitely be filming more. I'm sure you could figure that one out. So sure, that's a great idea. Ginger Baby Doll says, what's the story of how you ended up with this beautiful puppy? So I posted a picture of Bella in my community tab with this question, so that's where that comes from. There's not really any story except for the fact that I love watching the national dog shows. You know, I think they happen around Thanksgiving in the States. And I remember one year just watching it and seeing an Australian Shepherd and going, that dog is gorgeous. And then I just became obsessed with Australian Shepherds. And I was like, I really, really want an Australian Shepherd. And so I just kept an eye out on like buy and sell pages and that kind of thing for breeders. By the way, I'm using one of my favorite palettes in the world. This is the Tickled Peach palette from Too Faced. And I'm going to go into this color right here for my transition. The interesting thing was Bella was, I want to say she was full 3 months old when we got her, which is a little bit older than most puppies because they usually, you know, you pick them up when they're about 6 to 8 weeks. But some family had taken her and then returned her. And I don't know why. And I feel so blessed that they did because she is honestly the sweetest dog in the world. She is the most wonderfully, she just has such a wonderful personality. So loving and just the sweetest dog. Anyways, so I think what happened, and the breeder didn't tell us this, she had a skin condition in the beginning, and I had to spend probably about $500 on vet bills in the first week. No, $1,000 on vet bills in the first week, just trying to figure out what her skin condition was. And it sucks that breeder didn't tell us that going in, but it all worked out. It wasn't even that serious. We just took her to the vet and had a few tests and did some stuff, and she was fine after a very short period of time. But anyway, I feel lucky that we got her because some other family could have still had her and we wouldn't. So she's such a good dog. I wholeheartedly recommend Australian Shepherds. Corvette says, how many kids do you have in ages? Are you guys doing okay with the COVID lockdown? I'm not going to say my kids' ages just because of privacy reasons, but a few people did ask me how old they were. I have 3 boys and 2 of them are older teenagers, and my youngest son is almost going to be a teenager soon. So we'll just say that. So they're all quite a bit older now. They're not babies anymore. Anyways, how are we doing? It's rough. I know the kids are feeling cooped up. Luckily, we got Animal Crossing last week when it came out. So youngest one is been very, very wrapped up in that. He also loves Minecraft, and he's trying to build our city in Minecraft. There's something going on in the Minecraft community where people are trying to build the whole world. So he wants to build the whole city. Sometimes I'm just in awe of the things he builds in Minecraft. It's crazy. Like how did you build that whole thing in that short period of time? Like he's recreating the Animal Crossing museum in Minecraft. Like how cool is that? So anyways, he's got that. My youngest one at least records music, my middle one at least records music, so he's got some interest that he can do at home. And as for me, all last week, like I said, was still going to work every day on the bus, which ever since the buses here right now at the moment are free because the drivers are roped off, so they don't have to come into contact with the public all day, and you have to board from the back. And I'll tell you something. In the beginning of this, the buses were very, very empty, and I felt pretty good about taking it. And in the last week, I do not feel good about taking it because of the fact that they're free. There are more and more homeless people, and just kind of like, not all homeless people are scary, but some homeless people are scary. And our town has a very high homeless population. And ever since the buses are free now, I've noticed more and more on the bus. And that would be fine, except that none of them are practicing any social distancing safety precautions. People are touching everything. barehanded. The last 2 times, these older men were just hacking coughing. And so, of course, I don't feel safe with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing right now. And my job is not essential, but, you know, we are working alone in the store, so it's expected that we can do that. And, or at least last week we were, and, I don't know, it's not feeling safe to me to continue to take the bus to work. So that's been hard in the last short period of time, but going into next week, I don't know what will happen. My husband has an essential job, so but he drives. I think for me, and I want to say probably for all of you, you can relate, it's just the not knowing what's happening, right? Like, it's just all this uncertainty that is so difficult. Okay, so from Instagram, Chelsea says, what do you miss buying the most when you're on your low buy? That's a really good question, Chelsea. I feel like probably eyeshadow, but I have still bought a lot of palettes because that was always in my rules, is that I can still buy palettes. And I was still buying a lot last year. Lately, I just haven't been buying anything. And I would say probably eyeshadow palettes because, you know, I just love experimenting with newness. And I'm not doing that a lot anymore. I did buy the California Love palette, the Colourpop one, from like a secondary site on Facebook, and I'm waiting for that to come. So that's the only one I bought really recently. She also says, how are you enjoying island life? Well, wonderfully before all this started. I really love living on Vancouver Island. It is an awesome place to live. But don't come here because we don't want more people. We want it to stay the same. Don't come here. It's really not that great. It's just like a really terrible place. Nobody likes it here. Anyways, I really hope that this year we will continue to kind of explore the island more, because I feel like we kind of really started doing that last year, but there's so much. Hear those kids? Alex says, can I do an updated filming area tour? Sure. I mean, it's pretty much the same though, but sure, why not? I'm sure I'll have more time. Are there like any of you that have ever thought about starting a YouTube channel but just don't know how to do it, or would like to know like how YouTubers have a setup? Because like, I don't mind doing that if there's enough interest. I feel like my last one didn't get a lot of views, so I don't know why that is, if like people just don't care or if there's just a lot of them out there. And I know Kay, it wasn't really a question, but Kay said she wanted to see some more spring looks as well. So if my work does what I think it's gonna do, then I will have lots of time. I'll be off, but I don't know for sure. So we'll just have to play it by ear, like how much time I have to film and how much I don't. If I end up not working in the next foreseeable future, I will be filming a ton, and I will do that for UK. And then Jennifer says, how are you doing in all this craziness? Well, I kind of covered, I feel like, a lot of that already. But generally, I want to say, like, some days I'm okay, and then some days I just feel like really overwhelmed by everything. So yeah, how are you doing, Jennifer? How are all of you doing? Let me know. Let us all know. I feel like ours is the type of community. This is actually, I think, too dried out to use. Okay, I'm gonna try put in some Fix Plus in here because that kind of worked once before with another one. This is a Stila Magnificent Metals, and I know if you add like Duraline to them, they're fine, or like eye drops. And I think I tried using Fix Plus once and it actually worked okay. So let's see. Oh yeah, see? Do you see that? It did work. I feel like our community is the type of community that can definitely rise and support each other. So, you know, if you guys feel like you want somebody to reach out to you, leave it in the comments. Leave your favorite type of way to communicate over social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Leave your name there, and then if you see somebody who is struggling and you want to lend some support, do that. I feel like there are so many wonderful people on my channel in the comments all the time that I could see that happening. Sorry, this is wet and now I have to let it dry. Okay, before I do my eyeliner, because I think I'm going to do that off camera, I'm just going to grab a little bit more of this shade here and put it underneath the lash line and just extend it over about halfway. And then, because I'm going to do some glitter on the lower lash line, and I'm going to do Gasp some black eyeliner on the lower lash line, which I don't often do. And then I'll just blend it out with this shade here with a bigger brush. These are the same brushes I used on the top. Generally, that's what I'll do. I'll just take the same brushes and just do whatever I got to do on the bottom with them. I don't often use different brushes. Okay, I also put on my eyelashes because they just, you know, the glue takes a while to dry and stuff. These are the Ardell Faux Mink Wispies, so not the regular Wispies, although they look pretty similar. They're the Faux Mink Wispies. All right, I have only one more question left, but it's from Corinne, who asked like 5 questions, so we'll see how long this takes. So, how are you and your family doing? I feel like we really covered all of that. How do you handle the isolation and the school closures? Well, I feel like those are 2 different questions. The isolation, that has been really tough. Not seeing my friends and like the people that I'm used to seeing all the time has been, even like the people I work with, that has been very, very difficult. Just not seeing those people that you have connections with is really difficult. And I don't know, I've been trying to text people, send people memes. I've been really active on my personal Facebook page just because I feel like that's where everybody is being really active lately. The school closure, so the spring break would have actually ended, like they'd be going back tomorrow. So now technically school closures are starting, and I don't know. I feel like, oh, I don't like this bronzer, but I'm gonna use it. I mean, I don't want to say I don't like it. I'm just not used to it. Anyways, so I don't really know yet, but I feel like my kids have been spending way too much time on the couch. Did you make a schedule? Well, no, and I'm not going to. Like, I'm just not going to. They're older, you know, I'm not going to like try to find homeschooling options for somebody who's like in high school. It's just, you know, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm not the right person to be doing that, and I don't know. I just don't know. I've seen things go around saying like, this isn't the time to be putting pressure on your kids. Of course you don't want them like sitting on the couch just looking at video games all day, but this isn't the time to put pressure on your kids to be doing like full lesson plans and stuff, and I totally agree with that. Here's that sleek blush that's in my chopping block that I want to start using to see if I like it. What do you think? It's pretty. It's pretty. I feel like I have a lot of bronzer on though. Plus I have contour on too, so sometimes that makes it all kind of look brown. Anyways, so yeah, I don't have an answer for that. What are your days like? Well, like I said, was still on work last week, but it was reduced hours. So I'll just tell you, in addition to the yoga, definitely spending a ton of time on my phone. I feel like all of us probably have been seeing an uptick in our social media usage. Don't worry, I'm gonna blend that out. And I've been watching, I have Amazon Prime, so I've been watching all the shows on there. And then I just got Crave TV, which I think is just Canadian, but it's got lots of movies and like shows. So I've been watching a lot of TV. I canceled Netflix last month because I was really tired of all the Netflix originals kind of being shoved down my throat every time I logged in. And now, of course, this whole tiger thing has come out, and now I'm so interested. I'm like, I want to see what this tiger thing's about, and I don't have Netflix all of a sudden. I've been trying to do more like music, like searching for new music. I feel like when you are older, and let me know, you know, any of you who are like 30 and older, do you find it difficult to kind of get into new music? And if you don't, how do you get into new music? Because I feel like when you are no longer in kind of like a young friend group, sometimes it's harder to be exposed to new things. So tell me, how do you do that? And also in that whole vein of questioning, let me know what kind of music you're listening to. Even if it's like your favorite things that you've always listened to, put it down below, because I am really trying to find new things to love. I have Spotify, so I've been trying to like find playlists and stuff, but I don't care if it's like old music but you love it, let me know. Or if it's something brand new that you've been enjoying, I'd like to know that too, because I just want to be exposed to some new things. I feel like my Spotify playlist has been the same for 4 years, and I just listen to the same things over and over and over on repeat. And other than that, I really just kind of want to try taking more long walks. I'm doing the yoga, but I feel like I'm so active at work that if I'm not going to continue being active at work, that I need to fill that with something as well. So I used to years ago take really long walks and listen to podcasts, winter, summer, whatever, and I would take super long, like over an hour long walks with my dog. And I kind of think I might want to get back into doing that. And also, if you want to hear my playlist, I think it's public. I'll try to make it public if it's not. It's just under Drea C. And my son, though, uses my Spotify, so he's got all... I have one playlist. He has like 40. So I have a playlist called Playlist 1, and that's my playlist, and it's just under Drea CN on Spotify. So if you want to know what I'm listening to, it's all there. And other than that, I've been watching Justified. I've been binge watching. So I've been watching Justified, 30 Rock, Veep. I used to watch Veep and then I kind of fell off, so I'm trying to finish it. And I just started watching Big Little Lies, but I don't know how I feel about it. I've only watched one episode so far, and I'm just like not totally into it. So we'll see. Let me know if it gets better, because I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more episodes to see if I like really like it. But let me know what you're watching too that's really good. Other than that, I think I might dye my hair red. Yeah, I'm gonna be that meme of that person who dyes their own hair because of the quarantine. My husband doesn't like the idea, but I already bought the dye, so I guess you'll see shortly if I did it or not. I've been doing a lot on my Instagram stories, just like daily little things. So follow me there if you have not already. I've been trying to stay really active on there. And that's about it. My nails, I gotta figure out what to do with, because this one has fully come off and I've had to like glue it down. And then the growth on some of these is pretty long. So I bought acetone and I might try to soak them off. And if I do end up soaking them off, which I think I'm gonna have to, I probably will not go back to nails for a while. Like I'm thinking a few months, just because they're already kind of a pain to maintain. And right now in the middle of this, like this is the last thing I want to have to deal with. So anyways, that's been my little Corona update for you. I really like this look. I really love this palette. I don't know if you can still get this palette. If you can, get it. It's so good. It's so good. They blend so nicely. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that you guys are having a great day. I hope that you're surviving. Let's come together as a little community. I love to see your comments. I've been trying to keep up with responding to them on all of my videos. So yeah, leave all your comments down below, and that is it. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.